Good afternoon and welcome to another episode of Nutmeg Sports here on the HAN Network. Tuesday, August the 8th. Myself, Kevin Coleman, with John Kovacs. John, how you doing? Well, we got a lot to talk about with Bridgeport. We're going to start things off right away, especially with Warren Harding High School. We are now joined on the phone by head coach Eddie Santiago and John Ramos, football and wrestling head coaches. Eddie and John, good afternoon, and thank you for taking the time to join us.
Good afternoon. Thank you for having us.
Good afternoon, guys.
Now, we're going to get things going right away. We got the wrestling program. You guys are continuing to try and raise money. Talk about what you guys are going through right now.
Well, we just had did the camp 2 weeks ago, the Safe Harding Wrestling Camp, where we raised a lot of money at the site, over $750 at the site, and $1,400 as of right now at the GoFundMe. And we have personal checks from a couple of donors that have donated recently to help out the program, but we're still in dire need of people still to donate to save this program.
Now, last year you were in a situation where if the money didn't come up, the program was going to fold. Is that where you guys still are this year?
Yeah, we haven't had the generosity of that anonymous donor step forth yet. Last year we were beneficiary of that, having somebody take up the lump sum of what we didn't raise. So we're still trying to build it up as much as we can, and we're going to reach out to that donor later on.
You mentioned a GoFundMe. What is that website should people want to donate?
It's the Save Harding Wrestling GoFundMe site.
Okay.
It's actually on our Twitter. It's on our Twitter page, and also on our personal Facebook. The organization that we're dealing with is Adversity to Prosperity. They also have a website. You could go up there and just click the button to donate and help us out in that end.
Now, how many kids do you have in the Harding Wrestling program who would be affected should this happen?
It'd be 18 to 25 individuals.
And these are kids that really, if they're not doing wrestling, there aren't that many other sports that they could be doing. You really have a danger of them not having anything to occupy their time immediately after school.
Correct. So the city is not allowed of restrictions, and it's just not all program that's being cut. It's all across the board, and we understand that. And, there's just not a lot for these kids to do. So, naturally, where we live at, kids are going to find them things they shouldn't be doing, and certain troubles that otherwise they wouldn't be doing if they were affiliated with a program or a different type of music program that may be out there, or arts or something to offer. There's really nothing to offer these inner city kids to do outside of school for the 6 hours that they're here.
This is Coach Ramos. I'd just like to add that, that what we do is we try to create a safe space for them, a safe environment. Our kids, they don't want to leave, so they spend a lot of time here after school hours, and, we give them the study halls, and we give them wraparound services in terms of social emotional health. And, the kids don't want to leave, so to lose a program very detrimental to lives.
Now, this is a question for both you coaches. What role does sports have, like wrestling, for these kids, for these kids' lives, especially in the classroom?
Okay, so, football is the ultimate team sport. If one person messes up, then the play doesn't work. But obviously, wrestling is a very different sport. Wrestling is an individual sport where you can't look at anybody else and blame anybody else if things don't go your way. And that teaches you a lot about life, teaches you a lot about the classroom, the hard work, the determination, the resiliency, where if you get knocked back down, to get back up. You have kids that, they learn that lesson in wrestling, and then they're able to go to the classroom, and if they don't understand the concept, they don't just say, oh, forget it, I don't understand. They understand that there's ways to get back up, and there's ways to continue to work hard and try to figure it out.
Yeah, and just to add on that, we helped the graduation rate here at Harding substantially. A lot of our wrestlers have been the valedictorian, the salutatorian. We've received a lot of our individuals that are on the wrestling team happen to be some of our smarter kids in the school, and we're talking of GPAs up to 3.5 to 4.0. And recently, Hector Reyes received a full academic credit on academics to Fairfield University. We just had an individual graduate from the Derby Police Department. He's actually going to be in the Derby Police Department. He graduated Police Academy. He was also a 4-year scholarship over at University of Bridgeport. Because of his GPA, he had a 4.2 going to UB. So, we're helping kids get out, and get to that college where they want to be.
Now let's backtrack to last year. You guys were same position. You guys were trying to raise $18,000, and you guys did. What was that process like? Just seeing how the community, really rallied around your program. Do you guys expect to see the same thing this year?
Well, the wrestling community is a unique community within itself, and a lot of those guys have just held on to us and really supported us and gave us all the support that we needed these last couple of weeks. It's just been great from all the way from the college coaches. We had a national champion here, T.J. Hepburn. We had Cross Cano from Trumbull. He was in the finals D3 finals this past season. So the support is just tremendous, and including with the Bridgeport Police Department had a big part to do with this. And Detective Jeremy Kelly kind of facilitated this whole thing for us and made it happen and made the camp happen. And we probably have one of the best quality camps up here on the East Coast that happened right here 2 weeks ago at Hardin.
How many kids did you have at that camp, by the way?
It varied from 40 to 50 every day. Our morning sessions were a little light. Our seniors were actually participating in the ATC program to receive 3 college credits and a credit for their high school, so they were coming in the afternoon sessions.
Well, coaches, we're going to step aside, but stay with us. When we come back, we'll have more from Coach Eddie Santiago and Coach John Ramos from Warren Harding High School here on Nutmeg Sports on the HAN Network.
Things are heating up this summer. See some of the world's best tennis players at the Connecticut Open presented by United Technologies. Enjoy food trucks, entertainment, and special events throughout the week, August 18th through the 26th. Get tickets at ConnecticutOpen.org.
At InSports Trumbull, the game is always on inside. Registration is now open for our fitness training programs for high school athletes. The InSports Performance Center is offering blast speed classes, athletic functional movement assessments, and both men's and women's elite speed and strength training. Our premier programs help bring athletes to the next level. Call 203-268-1214 for more information. Like and follow us on Facebook.
School's out, the weather is hot, and the fish are biting. Whether you're heading to the beach or out on a boat, stop in at the dock shop before you go to fill your beach bag or tackle box with everything you'll need for fun in the sun. A new beach cover-up, some sunscreen, or just some bait, the dock shop has you covered from either location. 51 Tokenique Road, Darien, 609 Riverside Avenue, Westport. And yes, you heard that right. Bait is now available in Darien and Westport. The dock shop, 51 Tokenique Road, Darien, 609 Riverside Avenue, Westport, dockshop.com.
I'm Tracy Masella, a licensed clinical social worker at Silver Hill Hospital in New Canaan. Join me each month as we talk with experts on the front lines of the treatment of mental health and addiction. Straight Talk with Tracy, a Silver Hill Hospital production, airs at 12 p.m. on the second Thursday of each month here on the HAN Network.
Celebrate summer with fresh made-to-order picnic boxes from Walter Stewart's Market. We have delicious summery selections from buttermilk fried chicken to grilled lemon chicken kebab, grilled shrimp Caesar salad wraps, or lobster salad rolls. Our easy-to-carry picnic boxes come with your choice of a meal, as well as a dessert, beverage, and utensils. Order online for simple pickup options. Walter Stewart's Market, 229 Elm Street, New Canaan, and online at stewartsmarket.com.
And welcome back to Nutmeg Sports here on the HAN Network. Kevin Coleman, John Kovach with you. We are still joined by head coach Eddie Santiago and coach John Ramos, football and wrestling coaches at Warren Harding High School. Talking about the wrestling program that last block, but now we're going to switch things over, John, to football. I know you're very excited about that. It's time. But, coaches, I should say, what are you most excited about for this team this upcoming fall? We got camp 2 weeks away. What are you guys most excited about?
We're most excited about our kids. We have a great group of seniors this year, especially our line. We're excited about how they're going to play and the ability of what they can do. They've been playing Charger ball since they're about 9, 10 years old, and they kind of came up together. So this is an exciting group for us. It's actually our first 4-year class under our regime, so we're pretty excited about that.
Yeah, and you guys have been out there with the conditioning relentlessly. I saw pictures July 4th. They're out there running wind sprints. You've got a dedicated group there, and I think that's going to make a difference.
Yeah, they train hard. You know, their approach the whole season is about putting that work in, and they know that's what's going to pay off in the end. Is the amount of work that we put in together is going to be derived directly to our success.
You guys are playing the SEC conference. Oh, go ahead, Coach. Go ahead.
Excuse me. I just wanted to mention as well that, you know, it's the football training has been a huge part of it, but the kids are also committed to bettering themselves educationally. Coach Santiago mentioned earlier that we had our seniors involved in a program at Housatonic Community College where they were able to earn college credit taking a freshman seminar course. So they spend time with each other all of the time, and that type of stuff off of the football field is also added to that camaraderie and them wanting to be together, and I think it's going to lead to more success on the football field as well.
Now, are you doing a study hall type concept with these guys too? Because I know they've had success with that with Bernie Armstrong and the Southwest Connecticut Prep Grizzlies. They have a mandatory study hall. Are you guys doing a similar thing at Harding?
Yeah, we have a study hall every day, and in between that study hall, we have coordinated with the head basketball coach here, Coach Bagley, and we started an SAT program that's ran all the way from this past March up to now. So we're real serious about our books and our academics and getting these guys into college.
And what is this chemistry like on this team? You mentioned the dedication, the hard work. These guys want to stay late. They want to get that extra work in for this football team. Just, especially for these seniors coming in, what is this chemistry like on this team right now?
We just got one word for it. It's honestly just love. It's that true brotherly love, and that willing to fight for the next man next to you and do whatever it takes. And that love it comes with holding each other accountable. And if you truly love your brother, you're going to hold them accountable. And that's what we've been pitching to these guys, and they've ate it up, and it's been going real well for us.
Now, this year, you're going to make another transition in conferences. You were in the FCAC. You went from the FCAC to the Constitution State Conference, which was at one point primarily the state technical schools. It's evolved from that. And now you're going to the Southern Connecticut Conference, primarily New Haven County. And, in the FCAC, you have people argue for hours on end as to what's the tougher conference, the FCAC or the SCC. How are you guys feeling about going to the SCC this fall?
We're extremely excited about this opportunity. We feel that we're in one of the better, dominant, prestigious leagues out there. There's nothing like SEC football. You could compare it to the FCAC, probably at best. But, for us, it's not. We're used to these type of games. We played in the CSC, but we've scheduled teams out of our conference before. And we've won games in the FCAC before. So this is right up our alley. We understand what comes with it. We know the teams are going to be competitive every week, but so are we. And we're going to come to play ball. We're going to come play big boy football.
And you mentioned you guys are moving to the SEC, very competitive conference, like you mentioned. Are you going to find maybe the traveling a little more challenging for you guys, since you may have to travel up towards Hartford maybe?
I'm going to step in there a little bit, Kev, because having coached in the SCC and the CSC, and I think Coach Santiago and Coach Ramos will agree, there is nothing like a road trip into Constitution State Conference when you're going up to Putnam or Hartford or Torrington. Am I wrong?
Yeah, you're absolutely correct about that. The CSC had you traveling all over the state, even to towns I've never heard of, Danielson, I think Ellis Beckett. So we've been traveling all around with the CSC.
Yeah,
so we're looking forward to being closer to home and playing some teams that are closer to Bridgeport and really starting some new rivalries. When I look at the schedule, I know the Hill House game really jumps out to me. The Stratford game really jumps out to me as as games that could become, potential rivalries going forward.
You've got that. You've got Foreign by proximity could be a rivalry. And then Fairfield Prep coming to Kennedy Stadium on November 3rd. And there's a team that you could have a real rivalry with. It's a nice schedule that you guys have.
We do it. It's the way the SEC is organized with the tiers. They do a real good job of keeping all the teams within it competitive. And our schedule, we really think it's a feasible task for us to go out there and win a lot of games. Now a lot of people are believing in us, but we've been in there before. When we were in the FCX, they doubted us. When we were in the CSC, we were only supposed to win a certain amount of games. We schedule a lot of conference games, Right Country Day, a couple FCX teams last year between Danbury and Ward, and they were extremely competitive. So we're excited about this schedule and opportunity that's set forth for us.
Now let's talk about you guys. I mean, what has this experience been like for you two coaching with each other these last several years?
Exhausting.
I could agree with that. Absolutely exhausting on a number of levels. However, having the opportunity to coach under Coach Santiago has been an amazing experience for me. I've learned so much, not just from him, but from the students of Harding. I'm a school counselor in the district as well. Before I went to get my master's degree, I was coaching here, and that's what motivated me to go get my master's degree, is just seeing how hard these kids work. And sometimes they get a bad rap, but these kids are great. They're great kids. And they want just anything that any other kid would want. They want to be successful. They want to get an education. They want to be safe. And it's been an amazing experience trying to provide those things for them.
Yeah, I think, we try to embrace the grind as much as we can. And jokingly we say that, but we really appreciate, because all we teach is the work ethic. Mm-hmm. How hard can you really work to get what you want, to what you want to attain. And the first thing that we tell these kids, if you want it, you're going to have to work for it. Come Friday morning, on September 8th versus Amity, you got to ask yourself in that mirror, did you work harder than that guy? Did you work harder than the next guy? What sets you forward that makes you different than the average Joe, than the average football player? And our kids have bought into that, and they work extremely hard. So, yeah, it's exhausting, but we get a lot of satisfaction from the growth and seeing these individuals really succeed.
And you mentioned the satisfaction and growth. What's been the most rewarding thing you guys experienced so far as coaches at Warren Harding High School?
For me, I think it's this 4-year class, and we had this kind of camaraderie a couple of years ago with Xavier Bassett's team, but again, those weren't our 4-year guys. I really think that this group here is cut from our cloth and really bought into that work ethic. So seeing them from their freshman day all the way up to senior now, man, it's amazing, and it makes you really feel good that these kids, stuck with me and stuck with our coaching staff when they could have left a long time ago. There was a coach here that a lot of kids were pulling this way. Jack Cochran, he was a big time coach, and all those kids could have left and went other ways, but they stuck it out. We grinded together. Our staff grinded together, and we made it work.
And you kind of got thrown into it there, Coach Santiago, in that. And I distinctly remember it because it was a game at Ludlow, Kevin, where Harding was playing at Ludlow, and Coach Santiago suddenly arrived at the game and was the head coach of the Harding Presidents. But you've done a great job with that, and I think we talk a lot about a coach putting their imprint on a team, and I think you and Coach Ramos have done that and done a great job with that, and I just have to commend you. I always enjoyed being on the field with you guys.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much.
Now let's just one more time. And how's the fundraising for football? Are you in the same boat as wrestling, or?
Football's a hot ticket, so we did it. We raised the money fairly quickly. And it was a real successful campaign for fundraising, but we had another slight in our program where that freshman program got cut. So all the money that we were generating, that for helmets and whatnot, now we got to deal with some funding for our freshman program that we're gaining steam for. And we actually received a nice donation this morning from an anonymous donor for $1,500 to sustain that program. So it's still an uphill battle for us.
Yeah, we work closely with a group, a nonprofit called Adversity to Prosperity. We are both members of the board there. And through Adversity to Prosperity, we've been able to reach out to a lot of different businesses, different companies. We've created a relationship with Assumption Church in Westport, who supported us quite a bit. So we're just excited to see how that goes and how we can continue to give these kids the best things possible, the things that they deserve.
Guys, great job. And then again, we're still pushing Save Harding Wrestling fundraiser, and that's GoFundMe/Save Harding Wrestling, GoFundMe.com/Save Harding Wrestling. Coach Eddie Santiago, Coach John Ramos, thank you so much. Love what you're doing. I hope to get down to one of your games this year, at least one.
I would love to have you guys down there, hopefully broadcast. So I know you guys do the SCAC, but if you get down to some of these SEC games and so some of that football, we would really appreciate it.
We'll talk about it.
John and Eddie, thank you very much. We appreciate the time. And again, best of luck this upcoming football season. We're going to step aside. When we come back, we'll have plenty more here on Nutmeg Sports on the HAN Network.
Want a new experience in car buying? Scap Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram with one of the largest inventories of new 2- and 4-door Wranglers. We are Connecticut's Wrangler headquarters. Come visit our new Ram Truck Center. Browse our websites, scapchryslerjeep.com or scapdodge.net to find the new Jeep, Chrysler Dodge car, minivan, or Ram truck you've been looking for. Just 2 miles from both I-95 or the Merritt Parkway exit 44. Save thousands right now at the summer clearance event. Now through August 31st.
If you're watching this broadcast, you're not alone. The HAN Network is available for 200,000 Connecticut cable customers on the Frontier Network, and we've also reached more than 2 million viewers on our free live streaming sports, news, and entertainment broadcasts. To reach our rapidly growing audience, contact Advertising Director Jessica Murrin at 203-273-7312 or email jessica@han.network. If you've ever thought about owning a motor coach or learning about what it's like to travel the open road in superior style and comfort, then contact Dave's RV Center in Danbury, Connecticut. Offering the best quality Class A motorhomes from Newmar, travel trailers and fifth wheel lines from Surveyor, and a toy hauler line from Work and Play. Choose from Newmar's Gas Line, Baystar and Canyon Star, or from Newmar's Diesel Line, Ventana and Dutch Star. And with unparalleled service and maintenance, Dave's RV is committed to keeping you and your motor coach safely on the road and enjoying it to the fullest. Stop by their showroom, 2 Industrial Plaza Road, Danbury, Connecticut, or call 877-483-3866.
Now teeing off, Paul Miller from Miller Nissan in Fairfield.
Excuse me, Mr. Miller. What about my new Sentra?
Right now, lease a 2017 Sentra S for only $97 a month.
He is never going to retire.
At Pure Barre Ridgefield, our tried and true method can shape every body and fit any schedule. Pure Barre is a total body workout using the ballet bar to perform small isometric movements which burn fat, sculpt muscles, and create long, lean physiques. Sweat away the day and get lost in the music. Pure Barre Ridgefield, located at 86 Danbury Road. Like us on Facebook at Pure Barre Ridgefield.
Want a new experience in car buying? No aggravation, no confrontation, just answers to all your questions. Scap Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Car buying the way you want it to be. With one of the largest selections of new 2- and 4-door Jeep Wranglers available, we are Connecticut's Wrangler headquarters. Located in Fairfield, Connecticut, we're easy to get to. Just 2.5 miles off the Merritt Parkway, exit 44 via Route 58 South. Save thousands right now at the summer clearance event. Now through August 31st.
Welcome back to Nutmeg Sports here on the HAN Network. Thank you to head coach Eddie Santiago and coach John Ramos from Warren Harding High School for joining us. And John, I thought they had a lot of great things to say.
They really did. Following that program, because these are kids who need football. They need wrestling. They need those programs after school with a structure. And you see that it's very rewarding to see kids who might lack a little structure at home and who really, these kids are willing to work, and I've seen it firsthand with the presidents of Warren Harding High School, and they bring it, and they work hard all summer, and I think you're going to see it pay off.
I fully agree. And we're looking forward to seeing them this upcoming fall season, especially in football. But we're switching things over now and staying in Bridgeport news. After 20 seasons at the ballpark at Harbor Yard, the Bridgeport Bluefish will be playing their final innings at the ballpark at Harbor Yard. News coming out today that baseball is no more at Harbor Yard, John.
They're going to replace the ballpark, it seems, and there's still some approvals to get through, but replace that ballpark with a concert amphitheater. So it'll be an outdoor covered type theater. And they say they're going to have 25, 29 different numbers floating around, concerts a summer, rather than have the baseball there. I don't quite understand why they couldn't have a combination stadium, like a stadium that could hold, say, a soccer team, a baseball team, right, and concerts.
But let me ask you this. They're floating around. Obviously, Live Nation, they're going to partner up with. Do you think this helps the city of Bridgeport?
Well, I don't think it hurts because the Bluefish, the attendance has never... It's never
been
really
suffering.
Caught. It's soft. You go to games. I was at the Legends game on Saturday night, and there weren't that many people there to see like Tim Tuffle and Bill Spaceman Lee, and Dwight Gooden was on the roster and didn't play, and El Duque, Hernandez, who can still bring it. Boy, he's beautiful to watch him pitch. But that attendance never caught on. Now, what the question that needs to be answered for me is, will people who wouldn't go to Bridgeport for unaffiliated independent minor league baseball go to Bridgeport for concerts?
Exactly.
And maybe not. I don't know.
We look at it this way. I mean, it's a great location, and yes, it's too bad that the attendance-wise it didn't work out for the Bluefish. But I think if you look at it in a concert venue-wise, it's a beautiful venue on a gorgeous summer night. You have easy transportation. You have the train. You have bus. You can get there by car. There's plenty of room for parking. I think it's a good spot for a concert.
I think it's a good spot for a concert venue, but I think it was a good spot for a baseball
venue. I agree with that too. But at the same time, do you see the Bluefish going anywhere else? This is it for them.
I don't know. I mean, you're seeing teams in that Atlantic League. It's independent. It doesn't have any affiliation with major league teams. You're seeing some teams go away. In fact, at the game the other night, the name Atlantic City Surf came up. And I said to the people I was at the game, I forgot about the Atlantic City Surf. And they were one of the charter members, like the Bluefish were. What's interesting is the Bluefish are well positioned to make the playoffs this year. They could win it all and not be around in 2018 to defend it.
Well, let me ask you this. What a way to go out. If they finish the year and win the championship, you're right. They're in first place right now. Yeah, pretty good Patriot League that they got going on in. Do you see them, winning this league? And if they do, how great would it be for them to win on a high note?
You go to all major leagues, right? Where you gotta,
You might have to.
You gotta win it before you move. and I don't know that they move. I don't know where they could go. It's a sad day because you always. There's something special about a ballpark, and a ballpark in a town that's kind of been your adopted home, and to lose it is kind of tough. We'll see what, it's Live Nation, it's Howard Safin, who's done a great job with other facilities that he's run. We'll see. They wouldn't go into it if they didn't think it was going to succeed.
Well, we'll see what happens. It's going to be, unfortunately, it is sad, but at the same time, maybe it will be, something positive on the horizon. That'll do it for Nutmeg Sports today. For John Kovach, I'm Kevin Coleman. Thank you all for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow right here on the HAN Network.